Morning, everybody. It is Saturday, January 18th, and it's part 2 of the MST DC1 build. And as you can see, got it into roller. And I gotta say, I am really impressed with it so far. I'm gonna pull the body off. Body's just sitting on there, it's not mounted. I've not decided which way I'm gonna go with the mounts yet, but let me pull the body off and show you what I've got so far. Now, when I started thinking about buying this truck, I did a little research and checked out a few forums and some opinions on the internet, and they were split down the middle, about 50-50. So, some people thought they were decent, some people thought they were junk, and so I was a little bit apprehensive about ordering that thing to begin with. But with that Land Rover body, I just went ahead and did it anyway. But after getting it here and putting it together, I gotta say that I'm pretty impressed with the whole kit. As you can see, it's a really clean build. I mean, I don't have it completely wired and the motor's not in it yet, but that's going in today. But all in all, build quality has been it's been in line with everything else I've ever built. The instruction manual was perfect. There was nothing that left you scratching your head. Everything was to the point and precise. And when I got it in a roller like this, I've been really blown away with it. Build quality has just been fantastic. First and foremost, the neat thing about it is the divorce transfer case. Now, I've had rigs in the past that had them, like RC four-wheel drive rigs. A few of them that I know there's probably more that I'm aware of, have that divorce transfer case system. And it's really nice. It's really scaled to me. It's just neat to have it, to have one that doesn't have everything coming off of one transmission mounted in the center. Now, as you can see, the transmission is mounted forward, and this planetary transmission it sounds complicated. It goes together really simple, and it's as smooth as glass. And I'm just really blown away with how it went together. Now, it has full bearings. Every bearing for this thing was in the kit. May not be the best bearings in the world, but it did come with a full set of bearings to get it up and running for now. And if I have to change them down the line, we'll do so, and we'll upgrade them from that point. Maybe with something from like Fast Eddie or something like that, or I'll piece them from the hobby shop. But frame rails are great. Now the sliders on it are a little wide, but it's okay. These plates on either side, I like that. As far as mounting the electronics, you'll have probably mount the switch on one side and the receiver on the other. I don't know, or I may mount them both on one side. The only thing I'm really not that keen on is the battery location. But then I keep telling myself this is not specifically a crawler. This is just a trail rig, so it's really not going to matter about where the battery is. And I run a shorty pack, so it's not going to have so much weight over the back axle. And when the motor is mounted up front, I kind of think it's going to balance out really well. Drive shafts are plastic, but they're kind of beefy. I can see them needing to be upgraded down the line. But for now, to get it up and running, I don't see any problems at all. Again, went together super easy. They already had the joints on both ends already built. So it's just essentially sliding them together, putting them on the stubs, on the rear ends, into the transfer case, and putting the grub screws in it. Now, this little shaft between the transmission and the transfer case, there is no joint at all. That is splined right into, what would you call it? It's like like the keys on the stub axles. Whenever before you put the hexes on, that's all that's in there, and it's as tight as a tick. There's no play in it whatsoever, so I don't think that's going to be an issue at all. But super stoked about the build. It went together. I had it together in about 3.5 hours. So far, my only drawback, and I'm not really complaining, but the shocks are just a little bit short. Now, they are full aluminum from top to bottom. Now, the shafts are obviously steel. They're a little bit short. They go together kind of odd, but they haven't leaked. They came with a 10, what they claim to be a 10 weight oil. But it, for what it is, it's pretty decent. Now, it's super tight right now. I did order another set of shocks that I'm going to try on it, but I don't want this thing to be, so tall that it looks crazy. But I do want to give it a little more flex than what it's got. It's got the flex on it right now is kind of limited, but it'll do for a trail truck anyway. This is the underside, very clean, went together really nicely. All the links are already, I won't say matched, but they're all of them in the bag are together. The only thing you have to do is put the ends on it, and the grub screws will hold everything together. And it tells you, like, these were 75s, and the other ones on the bottom were 72s. And like in a Tamiya manual, just lay them on there and match them up to the size, and then build them, put them on the truck. I'm telling you, it went together so easy. It was unreal. Now, the only thing I'm having to play with is the steering rod. Steering rod is just a little bit long. But it's just a matter of trimming down the actual rod ends. I've done it just a little bit, and it's still out just a hair. So I got to take a couple millimeters off of each side and bring it back center. But that is it so far. They could have done a better job on the pumpkin covers, but it'll do for what it is. There was another set in there that I was hoping would work, but they would not. But I may look around and see if I can source another set of pumpkin covers just to give it a little more realism. Who knows? I don't know. Or I may just leave it alone. I don't know. Tires and wheels are not the stock ones that were in the kit. I guess you could tell that. They are super budget minded. It's just a cheap tire, 4.19 from Amazon. Same thing with the wheels. I think the wheels are actually Injoras. But it's a stamped steel wagon. I do not have them weighted at all, and don't know that I'm going to for now. Now, inside of them for right now is just the regular foams that came with them. I do have some anti-foams coming for this size. The only other anti-foams I have are for the 475s. So I have to take them apart, put those in there, and it should be a little more supple than what it is. A little hard right now, but should help it out. But man, I'm telling you, really, really nice kit. So anybody that's ever said anything bad about the MST kits, I can't imagine why, unless you bought a ready to run, because I heard the electronics were not that great. But the fact that I'm putting my own in here and did this as a kit, this is right in line with the big boys. The Axial kits, the Element kits, all of those. I would dare say that this would fall right in line with them. May not perform like they do, but the build quality is definitely there. I shot that little bit of video this Saturday morning, and I came out to the shop fairly early and had an idea. Well, the idea was to try to find some kind of interior to put in this truck, and because I don't know I don't know all this class stuff. I don't know if it would be considered class 1, whatever. Who knows? But it's being built as a trail truck, and in our little club up here, they've started something called Scale Wars, and so I decided, hey, let's try to find an interior for this truck. I looked all over the internet, and I couldn't find anything that I liked. There were some Lexan choices, and that's, then the other stuff was, styrene, this, and the other. And I could build stuff out of styrene. That's not a problem. But, so I put in a call to a friend of mine this morning who scoured the internet, and he found a pretty killer interior for this truck. And so we got together, I bought the file, and he is going to do the printing. Now, he did a preliminary piece here. This is the dash, part of the dash.
pretty daggum solid. But there's a lot of pieces to this thing, so it's going to take some time to get it printed. It's going to take even more time to get it finished, and then we'll work on putting this all together and getting it inside of that body and building hopefully what is, in my collection, the quintessential trail scaler. And it's going to be crazy. So we're still going to work on this truck. It's just going to slow down just a little bit until all of these pieces are done, and then we can loop that in to this build series and keep going. But thanks for stopping by. Thanks for checking it out. Thanks for showing the interest. I'm really enjoying this build, probably more than I should, but wanted to share it with you guys. I hope you'll stick around. You take real good care. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. If you don't, it's your business, okay? But we'll catch you guys on the next video. You take real good care. See ya.